Hello students, myself Assistant Professor Namrata Khilochia, Rafael BBA College, Vapi. With respect to the subject Human Resource Management, SYBBA, Semester 3, we are moving forward with the unit number 2, that is HRP. Stands for Human Resource Planning. In the last one session, we had discussed that HRP is the process of forecasting a firm's future demand for and supply of right type of people in the right number. So, we can say that it bridges the gap between demand and supply of the personnel in the organization. In today's session, after completion of the meaning, we will be going to move further with the very important question, that is process of HRP. Now, HRP process can be understood with the help of diagram. Here in the diagram, we can see that this process is mainly divided into 5 steps. The first one step, that is external environment. Second one, organizational objectives and policies. So, it is actually internal environment. Third one, HR programming. Here, HR programming is divided or available in 2 parts. That is HR demand forecasting, that is HR need forecast, and HR supply forecast. Fourth one, that is HRP implementation. And fifth one, that is control and evaluation, which is again done in 2 ways, that is in case of surplus or in case of shortage. So, let us discuss in detail all these 5 steps. Starting with the step number 1, that is environmental scanning. Environmental scanning refers to the systematic monitoring of the external factors or forces which influencing the organization. And see students, these external factors are not within the control of top management, because top management can control only internal environment of the company. External environment like economic factors, social factors, cultural factors, political factors, government factors, technological factors, etc. These are not in the hand of control by the top management. So definitely these environmental factors influencing the process of HRP. Managers monitor several forces, but the following are crucial for HRP process. These are economic factors, which include general and regional condition of a particular country. Say for example, here the economical factor of India will affect the HRP process. One of the economical factor, that is demand of the skilled labor. In case of India, as one of the population country, here we know very well that as a developing nation, unskilled labor availability is very high in India. So that will affect to the SSI. So in India, there is more scope of SSI rather than large scale capital investment oriented industry. Second one, technical changes, including robotics and automation. So, whenever there is technical changes, it affects to the HRP. If company is moving with the high labor force and suddenly technological changes are there, due to that, another competitive factor, company is supposed to pursue or continue with the robotics. In that case, HRP will be affected. Definitely, we need to reduce the number of employees due to technical encouragement. or robotic technologies. So yes, in this case, HRP will affected and create surplus number of employees due to technological changes. So again, it is one of the most effective factor affecting to the HRP. Another factor, external factor, which affecting to the human resource planning process, that is demographic changes. Now, these demographic changes include age, gender, educational qualification, composition, and literacy rate, etc. Definitely, the availability of the age proportion, not only that, availability of the male and female proportion of the employees and literacy rate, all these factors affecting to the HRP, especially while supply forecasting. In case of India, women workers availability that is less. This will affecting to the HRP. Though many times in India we can see in the advertisement the marketing representatives available, but in the bracket male female both are available, for the vacancy is available for both. Still, demographic changes or demographic factors affecting to the HRP, and if we conclude or observe, then we can see that there is less application or candidates are available for certain position, especially for female employees. So that gender affecting to the HRP process. Next one, political and legislative issues. It includes various labor laws and administrative ruling. Definitely, the ruling political party and changes in the different labor laws affecting to the human resource forecasting. Next one, social concern. It includes both childcare and educational facilities and priorities. By scanning the environment for changes that will affect an organization, managers can anticipate their impact and make adjustment early so that proper time they can bridge this gap between demand forecast and supply forecast. After external environment scanning, the step number 2, that is organizational objectives and policies. HR plans need to be based on an organizational objectives, because organizational objectives are at macro level and HRP is always followed this organizational objectives. In practice, this implies that the objectives of the HR plan must be derived from organizational objectives, as I told you. Specific requirement in terms of number, that means how many number of employees required by December 2020, and characteristics of the employees, that means what will be their qualification, what will be their age, experience, and other things like height, weight, sometimes eyesight. It is depend on the job description. It should be derived from the organizational objectives. As was stated in the earlier discussion, the top management and the role of HRP is to subserve the overall objective by ensuring availability and utilization of human resources. Once the organizational objectives are specified, communicated, and understood by all the concerned, the HR department must specify its objective with regard to HR utilization in the organization. In developing these objectives, especially HRP objectives, specific policies need to be formulated to address different questions like: are vacancies to be filled by promotion from within or hiring from outside? Here we need to give answer that whether we should go with internal recruitment or external source of recruitment. Second one, how do the training and development objectives interface with the HRP objectives? So here we need to specify as an HR manager that the HRP objectives will offer the opportunity of training and development for the further vacancy fulfilled with the help of internal source or else. Third one, what union constraints are encountered in HRP and what policies are needed to handle this constraint? So it is regarding different grievances from the laborers and labor union. Are they going to affect the HRP? Because sometimes what happens that in even areas of India, some labor trade unions are very strong and they are having particular condition that the recruitment should be from within the organization only, and sometimes references are given of the relatives of trade union only. That's why HRP need to consider their suggestion too. Next question we need to consider, that is how to enrich employees' job. Should the routine and boring jobs continue or need to be eliminated? So further, if there is changes in the job specification or description, then we need to analyze again job, and if the routine job becomes boring and if there is opportunity to make it more interesting, then here the changes may need to consider. One more question, that is how to downsize the organization to make it more competitive. Sometimes due to the dynamism of the environment or financial crisis, downsizing may be invited by the organization. Downsizing means reducing the number of employees. Just now, due to the pandemic situation, same thing happening in today's generation or scenario. Here, again, this scenario of downsizing or environment of pandemic also affecting to HRP or human forecasting. Again, one more question we need to give answer before planning the objectives of HRP, that is to what extent production and operation be automated and what can be done about those displays. That means if organization is going to use automation, in that case definitely there is reduction of the size of employees and the sudden situation may incur into the organization, that is surplus number of employees. Then in that case, what about the other employees who are displaced? Are they, or is there any opportunity offered by the organization to replace them in certain other position or other department or other company? How to ensure continuous availability of adaptive and flexible workflows? So these are what certain questions one need to be analyzed before specifying policies and objectives of HRP. So these are first two steps of HRP process. Other steps we will be continue in next one e-session. Thank you, students.